Okay, so I got new microphones because apparently my audio has been kind of choppy. So tiny, so baby. But I finally, let me not touch my computer. I finally reached row 32 out of the 64 rows of the chart. So I'm about halfway done. I was thinking that, let me clip this, at row 32, that I was going to be able to split for sleeves. Wrong. Loud and wrong. So this is where I'm at, which is a decent amount. Hopefully you don't hear a lot of rustling, but this is where we're at. It is like too high. Like when I try this on, it is too high up in my armpit. So it just doesn't work. Let me scoot back a bit. It is very much too high up. So that's a no. Let me put it on. Oh no, you're still gonna be muffled. I'm like, where can I stick you? Hopefully you can still hear me if I set my microphone down. So this is how far we're at. Yes, I know it's a little bit big. I'm hoping that ribbing is gonna fix it. But I want 2 full sections for the sleeve. So I was thinking that there's gonna be 3 in the front and then it's gonna be here. And for me, that's just really high up. I wanna go a little bit farther down before I split it. So I started row 33, as you can see here from where I stopped. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna go to from 32 to 36, 4 more rows, or possibly 37, because it's about an inch more of space. Excuse me. So I'm thinking about another inch and it'll be perfect. Like it'll be low enough so that it's not like all up in my armpit. I don't like that. So I'm getting closer though. Closer and closer. I had no idea how this was going to turn out with me crocheting it. No idea. But I'm pretty glad that it's working out. I did buy lots more yarn. I don't know if I brought that up. But I bought 6 more balls of yarn, of black yarn. So, sorry. So I think that should be enough to finish it. This is how much blue I have left. And I'm on my first ball of the black that I bought. So hopefully this will be enough blue to finish the rest of the rows. I ordered a scale. So since I ordered a scale, now I'll be able to measure, you know, like in grams, how many I used. Because I think these balls are 100 grams. So if I'll be like, oh, it's 50 or it's 40, like how many grams I have left, we'll be able to determine if I can finish it or not. Very excited for that. I don't know why I've gone this long without a scale. But that's where I am in my progress. I'm going to do my next couple rows and then I'm going to come back and check in with you guys. And then we're going to see what the splitting for the sleeves is going to look like. I did some math last night because I thought I was going to split for sleeves. And by the time I'm splitting for sleeves, I'm going to be at the next increase for the, like in the pattern where it gets bigger. So with that, right, I calculated that like this around is, I think when I measured it, it's like 33 inches or 32 inches, one of the two. And my chest is about 37 or 38 inches. So I need to add a couple inches. Same with the sleeves. The sleeves I think are about 10 inches, give or take 11. And I need to be at like 13. So pretty much with my math, I decided that when I split for sleeves, I'm just going to add 10 single crochets like in between the front and the back to give me that little bit of space. So that's where I'm gonna get my extra inches from. This is not what I wanted to do, but I feel like it is the best course of action with the way that this is going, instead of completely messing up the pattern and trying to increase it more. I feel like that'll work. When I tried it on, when I did that, it did work. Like, it was just too high up. But like also with the next increase, since I did 10 of these around, there's like 2 increases per like block of the pattern. So that'll give me 20 extra stitches. So I don't know if I'm still gonna add 20, if like to the whole thing, if that makes sense, like 10 on each side. So it might be enough. It might already be big enough and I might not have to add those 10. So I guess we'll see how it works out. I'm not sure yet, but I'll see you in a little bit because I'm going to work on it right now. So last night I started with row 32, and then on row 37, or yeah, I think on row 37, I ended up splitting for the sleeves, which you can kind of see here. I don't like this. When I try it on, I still feel like it's tight, which I did not take into account, which I'm famous for this. I did not take into account like any wiggle room. So it's still going to be tight. And I don't like that. So my plan is now I'm going to, because I still did my 10 stitches, which that's fine, but this sweater is going to have no stretch and I don't like that. So I'm going to pull back my last 2 rows, and then I'm going to work the front panel and the back. It's a yoke now, but I'm going to split it into 2 sleeves, the front and the back, and I'm going to work the whole front panel and then stop at a certain point when I'm done with the whole chart. And then I'm going to do, I think, the back panel separately, so that in between on the sides, I could put like maybe 10 rows of ribbing so that it'll have some stretch, so that like through the time when I have this sweater, because obviously I'm not going to get rid of it, it'll be stretchy because it's not knitting, it's just single crochets. And then after that, I'll tackle the sleeves, which I'm thinking that I might do the same thing for the sleeves. Just work the two sections of the chart all the way down, and then just put ribbing in so that it'll stretch to the desired length, and then possibly add more ribbing at the bottom. At this point, that seems like the best course of action. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I just would like it to be a little bit stretchy. It's like, not that it's skin tight now. I would just like a couple more inches of wiggle room or more for it to like stretch to my body. So I'm going to rip those 2 rows, and then I will check back in at a certain point when I have some of the front panel or some of the back panel done. Because I decided that I'm going to keep like the row where I seamed it I just eventually stopped doing that, so it stops about like right here, maybe. You can see it a little bit, and keep this in the back. But I thought this would work. I guess I did not, or I'm gonna have to add like 20 stitches. And I know that when you block it, it loosens up, but I just don't want to have to think about that right now. I don't want to get down the road and then be like, oh, well, is it going to fit? Is it not going to fit? I'm just going to make sure that it fits either way. So that's where I'm at. So last clip, let's completely disregard everything that I said, because that is not what I did. So I said I was going to do 10 stitches, and 10 stitches I felt like was too small. So I upped it to 15. So I just added 5 more stitches for each. And that was, yes, I still split for sleeves on row 37. And right now I am on row 42. So I do have some space. I want to say about 1 inch, roughly, that I was able to do. You can see the difference now in between these two. My goal is to get, I'm about to start row 43. I at least want to get to row like 50, around there, 52, 53. So then I only have about 10-ish show rows to do with the chart, and then I can evaluate how much yarn I have. Because this is what I'm looking like. This is all the blue I have left. I am not worried about the black. I have this much of the first ball from the yarn that I ordered, and then I have like 5 more black balls. So I should have more than enough to finish the sweater. I'm also starting to think about what I'm going to do for the collar. If I'm going to do just maybe like a short row of ribbing. Or like maybe front post, back post, single crochets. But I feel like I do want to cinch it in a bit, so that it's like closer to where I feel like a collar of a t-shirt would be. But this is where I'm at. It is going a lot faster because it's only 6 of them instead of 10. I am very much so thinking about redoing this pattern, but doing it from the top down, and then having 2 front panels, doing like say 1 or 2 for the sleeves, and then doing like 3 in the back, so I could have like a zip up or a polo of some sort. Not sure, but this is where we're at. I'm just now starting like the fin. I'm over halfway done at this point. Who knows, maybe I'll be able to finish the chart for the body today. I've got tons of time, not stressed about it. I'm gonna get to working on it.